You are watching Huskins Forex and Financial Market Brief. For a low-cost trial to premium Forex coaching, click on the link below.
If you don't take the risk, you might as well never have lived at all. Don't waste your life. Take chances, make changes. It's what we were all made to do. This is Huskins, your Forex mentor, with the daily review of May 17th and the preview of May 19th and 28th. Your daily dose of events that shape the Forex markets. Now let's look at the results. The official result will be a no trade because it went beyond the average true range parameters. If you were blind to the average true range parameters, you would have picked up some pips, but unofficially it was a 30 to 40 pip winner. Because why am I talking about it unofficially? Because I've not shared this trading style with you. I've asked Rick to create a video exclusively for members where he looks at the parameters set up on the USD CAD and trades the Euro CAD. Now this is a little bit advanced of a strategy, and I could do a complete webinar on that. All I need is 10 people to let me know that that's something which you want a webinar on, and we'll do a webinar on cross-currency entries. So let's look at the markets. If you've been following me for some time, you already know where I expect the market to be headed, and let me reiterate. Let's start with the USD JPY. I have two targets. We are so close. We started off when we were around here. That's when I started off telling y'all that I'm looking to hit 100, which we did very easily. Then I said next is 105. We're going towards that, and then my target is 110. Let's see what happens with that. We are well on our way to make our target on the Dow to about 15,750 to 16,000. We are well on our way to do that. On gold, similarly, I'm looking, I already have my order set up out here. I'm looking for gold to drop. One thing you need to be careful about gold, that the fundamentals of gold is different from the fundamentals of USD JPY. The USD JPY, I'm okay to have a long position in that. I'm not okay to have a short position in gold, even though technically I feel that gold will, come down to this particular area between 1200 and 1250, but I'm not going to be taking a short position in that because the fundamentals are not in the same directions as the technicals out here. So that's an update. Nothing has changed in my status. I yet continue my opinion that gold might fall, USD JPY will continue to rise, and the Dow is heading up higher, and that still remains intact. Let's look at news you can use. One very important thing which I'd like to share with you is ObamaCare and the job numbers. Now, I was combing through the job numbers from USA, the non-farm payroll jobs, and one thing which I noticed that there are a lot new jobs added, but the average hours worked per person is actually falling. So what's up with that? Why would businesses want to employ more people but give each one less amount of work? Let me try and put it up in a very simple example. Let's say my business needs 100 hours of work per week, 100 man hours of work per week. I can either do it by employing 2 full-time people at 50 hours per week, or I could do that by employing 5 part-time people at 20 hours per week. So I'd have my 100 hours worked out. Normally, businesses prefer to um, employ lesser amount of people because there's less amount of training and so on and so forth. So I don't have to go through that process of teaching each and every employee of mine the entire business and processes. But what I've noticed is in the USA that even though they're adding new jobs, they're not adding significantly to the hours worked. And then I had to boil down to um, I asked a few of my friends out in the USA what they were doing, and I do not know whether it is generalized, but I'll tell you what their response was. Their response was that anybody who works with them for over 30 hours per week is a full-time worker, and then because of the provisions in the healthcare reform, which is known as Obamacare, they need to pay their side of their health insurance, which can be a significant number, especially for small businesses. If you're employing 2, 3, 4 people, it can be a significant number, and a lot of businesses don't want to do that. So a way they circumvent that is that not employ more full-time people. I'm just throwing these numbers, based on what they told me. If they employ, let's say, if they have about 100 labor hours needed in their job, they end up paying about 20% of their salary in employee benefits if they are full time. While as if they are part-time, they can pay the part-time workers a lower salary. At the same time, they don't need to pay their contribution to their healthcare benefits. So each business saves about 20%, saves or does not spend an extra 20% which they would have otherwise spent. And this is very important for us because this effect should wear off as soon as July 1st, because that is the date in which the employment hours will be evaluated for Obamacare purposes. So employment numbers after that date may not look so good. So there's something which you need to bear in mind. Now, China and Euro on a potential war. Now, I'm talking about a trade war out here. China warned the EU that there will be consequences if it goes ahead with punitive tariffs on Chinese exports of the solar products and anti-dumping investigations into manufacturers of telecommunications equipment. Now, the abuse of the trade remedy measures in a reckless and an arbitrary manner will do nothing for solving the frictions and will severely dampen confidence in the economic recovery. Now, having said that, Germany, the Netherlands and Ireland lead in EU's biggest trade surplus. Now, the EU zone trade surplus hits a record of 22.98 billion. Eurozone exports increased to 2.8% and imports decreased 1% in March, sending the area's trade surplus to a record 22.9 billion. Germany, the Netherlands and Ireland produced the biggest surpluses. The EU's March trade surplus totaled 15.8 billion and which is basically a 1.7 billion euros increase compared with February. Now let's look at the Canada's Consumer Price Index. That's what the trade was for us, which was officially a no trade, but unofficially a 40 pip winner. Make sure that you see the video for in the members only section. The entire idea is for you to learn and how to think like a professional trader, not to not to get chewed up signals wherein click here, do this, do that. That's not what my aim with this course is all about. So coming back to the Canadian Consumer Price Index of April 2013, the CPI rose 0.4% in the 12 months up till April. So when you look at CPI, you look at the previous 12 months, following a 1% increase in March. Declining gasoline prices were largely responsible for the 0.6% point difference in the 12-month change in the CPI. So the numbers were that in March there were an increase of 1%, and in April there was an increase of 0.4%. Now the difference between that is 0.6%, and the difference was because of like I said, the gasoline prices. Now, price decreases for the purchase of passenger vehicles were also a factor. Gasoline prices decreased 6% on a year-on-year basis in April after falling 0.3% in March. The decrease in April was the largest year-over-year decline in gasoline prices since October 2009. So let's preview what's on for next week. Basically, Sunday we don't have much. On Monday we have a bank holiday everywhere. So in the European zone, of course, USA does not have a bank holiday, but we have Victoria Day celebrations on in Canada. So that's about it, guys. I'm not going to be trading the monetary policy meeting minutes. So we have a next potential trade on Tuesday, May 21st. So I'm going to update you on that in a bit. So thank you so much. Have a fantastic weekend. If you have kids, hug your kids, hug your partner, and just tell each other that you'll love each other. Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye for now.